me back. He goes, "Why is Howard mad at me?" I said, he's going to start talking, on you in Philly now. So you better get on his show. I love the guy. I mean, yeah, I'm Junior Howard. Him and Angelo, man. These guys are like my father. Okay. But I do like it this way too, because both these guys are it's like seesaw. So it's good. It teaches me a lot, especially these guys are educating me more and more on Philly. All right. With all that being said, so tonight, Cowboys and Eagles. Can you imagine Howard Eskin right now? Man, WIP, you are so losers, man. Guys, 39 years, man. How do you not have him on the air tonight barking at the Cowboys, barking at all the Cowboy fans? Let's bring him up now, man. We're privileged to have him here. That's for damn sure. I mean, my God almighty, tonight's made for you.
Well, regardless of that, they don't, they are what they are. They just are, financially, they got real serious issues. They're still in debt. So, listen, even if they paid me, 50 cents, that's 50 cents more that they would be in debt. So whatever. Hey, listen, they're going to do what they're going to do. They don't care because they think by having the Eagles, everything's going to be great. Everything's going to be great. Well, whatever. I can't worry about them. The problem is the management's just trying to save their ass. So they just do what they do. I got to move on. I got
to ask you though, man. I mean, tonight. Okay, I mean, Cowboys and Eagles tonight. Your boy, and I got. Let's see if you and me go back and forth on this. So here's Nick Sirianni and his dopey ass. I didn't know this banner night. I had no idea. It's banner night? Really? Come on, Nick. You're not talking to bumpkins in Nashville. You're talking to Eagle fans. You know it's banner night.
Okay,
why so not transparent with it?
I put it out there on social media that I said, first of all, he says, I didn't know it was banner night, but then he says, our players are not going to be out there. So you did or you didn't know. So if you've already made a point that your players aren't going to be out there, then you had to know it was banner night. Here's what should have been said. He says it's a shame. He's got a great personality. I think he's a very good coach, but he's getting bad PR advice. So, he's just got to say, listen, I understand that this is really, really exciting for the fans, but I don't want our players to get caught up in that. So just understand, I don't want our players to get caught up in all the celebration of last year because we're starting a new season. But I hope the fans really enjoy it. It's a great moment for them. But as a team and as a team and our players, we can't think about that. We got to think forward. And that's all you say. Hey, listen, I know it was there, but I can't get caught up in that. I had Seth Joyner, what is today? Thursday?
Yeah,
I had Seth Joyner on last night, and I made him a bet. He said, well, the players are going to be out there. Jeffrey Lurie's going to make sure the players are out there. I said, nope.
No way.
I'm telling you, the coach has the final say, not the owner. And some people in their comments, when I mentioned it on social media, said, we want to enjoy it with the players. And they're right. They do want to enjoy that moment with the players. And I bet him $1 for charity. So I'll give you 100 to 1 that the players will be out there when they drop the banner. I said, okay, you're on.
I'm with you, Howard. No way, man. I mean,
once he said that, he's going to stick by that. And I'm going to tell you what he's going to say after the game. Nick, the players weren't out there for the banner drop, and the fans obviously would have appreciated it. Can you give me a good reason why the players weren't? That should be a question. I don't know if these guys will ask. That should be a question. And if that question is asked, and who knows with this media now, if that question is asked, he'll say, listen, it would have been too much standing around, and I didn't want our players to stand around after the the pregame warm-ups. So we made sure that we kind of just got together as a team in the locker room. That's what he's going to say. He's going to poo-poo it, and he's going to make an excuse. That's all. I mean,
I'm
it's
with
just
you, man. This was for, I mean, like I said, I mean, this is really like a closure of what you did in 24. Tonight's the closure and a new beginning all in one game. You get a chance to celebrate with your incredible fan base. You get to go like this. Now let's go kick Dallas's ass. I mean, you know, these are men. These are not 18-year-old children. I mean, and the stuff, hey, Howard, this also is kind of rubbing me wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it too wrong here, but he goes, we're not allowed to say repeat. I mean, what the hell is going on here, man? These are not 15-year-old children. These are men.
when you're playing a game, you are thinking about that game,
right,
and the player in front of you,
right.
Or you're guarding, or the defense that the quarterback's looking at. You're not worried about, they were saying that all through camp. We're not defending champions. Well, all right. If you're not the defending champions, can you tell me who in the NFL is the defending champion? I mean, can you give me a hint? Who's defending? Yeah. Well, it's not us. Well, then who is it? You have to have a defending champion.
Is this the owner, or is this the owner, or is this the PR department?
It's a combination of Nick Sirianni's philosophy and the PR department. The PR department and the guy that works with him tells him everything not to say. And it's just, there's enough already. Let him just be himself. A coach can handle himself. And whatever he says, it's only going to last. It's only got a 24-hour cycle with social media now anyway.
That's right.
I don't even get it. Just let it go. Just let him say what he's got to say. For instance, who are your starting? Who's your starting corners? Well, we know Quinyon Mitchell is going to start at one corner, but he can't say on Tuesday was the last time he spoke. And they always make sure he speaks before practice, because after practice, you're not really having any more practices before the game after the last time he speaks. So it's cute that they have him speak before practice. I think some teams have the coach speak after practice, but whatever. It's probably been the way with the Eagles for a while, and I can't remember all the different coaches. But the reality is you can't tell people what do you think that's telling who the other starting cornerback would be the other. You think that's an advantage for the other team? No. And you've already told your team who's going to start. You've told the player, hey, listen, if you don't know, and he pretty much said he did know. So why can't you tell people? Like, what's the reason for that? Now, I think that's more Nick Sirianni. But just say, hey, listen, here, and I'll tell you what, before he says, well, you all know on Thursday. Well, people know before that, because you got to put out the depth chart for gambling reasons for the sports books. You got to put out the depth chart for the printer, because you got to get, I call them the flip card, speed card, whatever you call them these days. Yeah. You got to put that all out. So that got to be submitted on Tuesday. They print it on Wednesday to distribute to the media before the game. Somebody already know. And if you go to the Eagles website, they were really cute. I checked it just to see. They have, it's a new kind of defense. It's 12 players. They have 2 people listed at one of the starting corner spots. They have 2 people listed.
I mean, you know what? If it was Deion Sanders out there instead of a Dory Jackson or Jacorian Bennett, I mean, I'd be like, wow, okay, Deion's not playing. I'm sure the Cowboys are really dying because Bennett's out there, or those dudes are out there. Howard, I got one more question before we get into tonight's game. Do you think that the Eagles are now passing out talking points to some people in the media?
Passing out what?
Talking points.
Talking points. They're trying to get them to say what they want them to say.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes.
Yeah, it's just they're trying to manipulate, and some of the media, I believe, is manipulated.
Yeah.
Into that, just to be a nice guy. It's not going to get you any gold stars. It's not.
Howard, you can tell on the air when you're listening to some people. You can hear talking points.
Well, and here's the other thing. They'll tell some of the writers who, It's too bad. I mean, years ago I used to read the newspaper every day. I can't remember the last time I really read. I went and then read a newspaper. If I walk into, and in this area here, whatever, the convenience stores, and I'll look at the paper, I want to see what the headline is on the back page and the headline on the front page. And then I don't even bother reading it after that. And then I don't even go in there every day. So I don't know, but they're trying to manipulate the writers who are basically, it's sad. And I really say it's sad. It's about more jobs that are being lost. They're losing jobs. And then a lot of those writers go to that podcast site in Philadelphia. Yep. And it's just, they were writers. I don't think they're broadcasters. I mean, it's just, you got to have some fun.
Very rarely do you see that transition there. All right. So before we go into the game, more into it, what do you make of that? Howie Roseman contacted the Dallas Cowboys, and we just had Michael Irvin on, and I taped him. Excuse me. I sent him a text message, and I said, who was involved in that? And he said 2 1s and Jordan Davis. And Howie balked at that, and Jerry said it never came to fruition. But
who was it in Jordan Davis? What did he say?
It was Jordan Davis and 2 1s for Michael Parsons.
Well, that's not a better deal than the Green Bay.
See, I don't need. I think you don't think Jordan Davis is better than Clark?
I think he is, but he's on the last year of his contract, so you got to figure that. You got to factor that into it as well.
And then he's got 47 large into it too.
And then, yeah. Well, that the Eagles have the players. Okay, so if that was the case, I don't believe that. But did the Eagles talk to the Cowboys? I'm sure they did. I mean, they're just doing their job.
Schefter reported that Howie Roseman contacted the Philadelphia Eagles trying to pursue a trade for Michael Parsons.
Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah,
yes.
But it's a search. It's a searching mission more than anything else.
Now,
what do we need?
Because you're looking at the price tag for what you're going to be paying.
But look at all the players that the Eagles have to sign. Okay, Jordan Davis on the last year, so you either sign him or you're going to let him go. And if you let him go, you're probably going to get a 3rd round pick. All right. So, and if he has a good year, and when guys play for a contract, they have a better year. So then you also have, all right, so now you have Jalen Carter you got to sign, right? In a year, you probably got to sign Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. And then there's other players. I forget who the other players are that you're going to have to sign too.
Nolan Smith, you're going to have to address him. By the way, Reed Blankenship is due a contract now. Supposedly, you see what he did. He went and got David Mulgety, Michael Parsons' agent. That tells you that I think the Eagles offered him a below market value deal like they did Milton. He signed a new agent. Must not have liked the way the negotiations were going. And it looks to me like he's betting on himself.
Yeah. And I don't see why a player shouldn't do that because you're going to get more if you bet on yourself. The Eagles try to sign players early to save a little bit of money. Now they get a lot of money. I'm so tired of players. Well, I'm trying to get a contract for me and my family. Your family can't live on 50. When you're talking about certain linemen, your family can't live on 50. Let's say certain offensive linemen have guarantees of $60 million.
Yeah,
your family can't live on $60 million. And you're going to make more in the outside world if you're playing really well. And if you're young enough, you're going to get another contract, whether it's that kind of money or not. So I'm so tired of hearing that. But did the Eagles investigate the possibility? I'm sure. I'm not a Micah Parsons fan.
I think he's overhyped. And I made this point, Howard. I made this point about edge rushers. So I looked at the last 10. I looked at the top 10 highest paid edge rushers, and the only guy that was in that list that ever made a Super Bowl was Nick Bosa. The rest of them have all been on football teams that are nowhere near. All the $40 million, all the $30 million guys are nowhere near going to a Super Bowl. And I said the interior defensive tackles now, Chris Jones, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, Aaron Donald, Vince Wilfork. These are the last 10 Super Bowl guys. Avita Vea. They were all the internal guys, not the external guys. And one thing I learned about your Eagles a year ago, you didn't have any guys with a 10 sack year. Your guys were at 7.5, 8.5, 6.5 sacks. They set the edge well. And I don't know, man, you proved that you don't need a high-flying edge rusher at $40 million to win a Super Bowl.
Well, for a change, Jerry Jones is right.
He is.
He wasn't a good run stopper.
Right.
And against the Eagles, if that's that's the team that
Yes.
you've got to beat out, and you can't stop the run, you're sunk. Micah Parsons was almost irrelevant in all the games he played against the Eagles.
He was.
Because if they run the ball, and that's what they do, he's going to be irrelevant. A lot of these players get money because of sacks. Who was the guy for the Eagles? It goes way back to what they called the Dream Team. That Vince Young called him the Dream Team.
Curse?
No, it wasn't Curse. It was another guy that all he cared about was sacks. Oh my gosh, he wasn't here very long, but he was.
Kerrigan?
No, I'm telling you, I'll remember it at some point. And somebody on your chat may.
Babin?
Who?
Babin?
Babin. That's it. Jason Babin. Jason Babin only cared about sacks, and it got him money with the Eagles, but then it didn't get him money anywhere else because he couldn't do anything else. He just wanted to get to the quarterback. That's not always the way. You got to put pressure on the quarterback, but you got to be able to stop the run with certain teams, and the Eagles are one of those teams. Saquon Barkley is going to run the football, and that's why I know you pointed up earlier. The numbers, the passing numbers don't mean anything as long as you have Saquon Barkley having the success that he has. He's not going to rush for 2,000 yards this year, but I still think he's going to have a good year. And as long as he can run the football, Jalen Hurts won't have to throw the ball more than 21 to 23 times. And that's kind of the number that the coaches look at.
What do you see tonight, Howard? How are you feeling about tonight? It's 8.5 tonight. The Eagles are favored tonight going into this ball game. I mean, I say this about September all the time. September's a liar in football. You look at last year. New Orleans was 3-0. Everyone was like, "Oh my God!" And the Eagles were 2-2, and you're like, the coach should go. I mean, none of those turned out to be true. The Saints weren't good. The Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl. So September's a liar. So that's what you have going into this game tonight. For you, how do you see this thing playing out?
Well, I don't think it's going to be. I don't know how much the starters played for Dallas, but none of the starters played for the Eagles. So I don't care what you do in practice. I don't care about your joint practice for 2 days because you still can't tackle to the ground. The quarterback's never going to get sacked. So I don't think it could be their best game. I think the Eagles will win the game.
Sloppy tonight?
Well, I think it'll be tighter than people in Philadelphia think it's going to be. I think it'll be a close game. There's no way. I wouldn't bet the game. I don't like laying 8.5. I just think that's too big a number for this game. I don't like laying 8.5. Hey, they may. If anything, I like the under, thinking they're going to play it a little closer to the vest because it'll be a little tighter. The Eagles obviously are going to run the football. And they got to get ahead. Otherwise, then all bets are off. But I just think the Eagles will win the game. But I would not lay the 8.5. I just wouldn't do it because they're not at their best.
It's 47.5 right now, over under. What do you think on that? You think you're looking at under on that?
Under, and it's hard. It's always hard to take the under. The over, you're never out of the game. That's the way the bettors look at it. You're never out of the game. Even if it's 17-10 in the fourth quarter, you never know. And turnovers could change the total too. And the Eagles just don't turn the ball over. So that's another part of it too. I'm not a Dak Prescott fan, but I just think it's going to be tighter because everybody just thinks the Eagles, oh, this is easy. There's going to be a blowout. It's going to be a blowout. It really, truly is amazing. I used something on my show last night. I used AI to ask questions. And what I did is because the concessions at the Eagles games are triple what it is in Baltimore and it is in Atlanta. It's more than triple in a lot of cases. So I asked her, I asked her after the
AI
show.
her? Okay.
AI's a her. I'll tell you what. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? I'm going to use this on my show from now on. Do you have a question that I could ask her?
Okay. How many yards is Saquon Barkley going to run for tonight?
Okay. How many yards do you think the Eagles running back Saquon Barkley will run for against the Dallas Cowboys in tonight's game?
I'd say around 100 rushing yards for Saquon Barkley tonight.
I had
He had 2 games against Dallas last year, totaling 233 yards, and the Cowboys' run defense was pretty leaky. If the Eagles lean on him, he could top that, but I think 100 is a solid guess.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. I want to do one more. Hang on. I want to do another one more.
Okay.
Please,
I
please
asked her what the score. By the way, hot dogs in Atlanta are $2, right? Here it's like $8. Okay. So anyway, I asked her after the show. I didn't do this on the show. I said, "What do you think is going to happen in the Eagles-Dallas game?" She said 34-17. I said, "I don't think it's going to be that easy." She said, "Okay, 27-24." And I said, "All right, let's bet." She says, "All right, let's bet a hot dog from Atlanta."
Wow. Hey, Howard said she sounds like somebody that would be a co-host with you nowadays.
Hey, nowadays she could be better than half the people on the air.
I know. Ask this one. Okay. How many receiving yards will A.J. Brown have tonight?
How many receiving yards do you think A.J. Brown will have tonight for the Eagles against the Cowboys?
I'd bet on about 90 yards for A.J. Brown. He's coming off a 296-yard season finale last year against Dallas, but the Cowboys' defense might tighten up at home. He's still Jalen Hurts' go-to guy, so I wouldn't count him out for a big night.
Okay. All right. Can you tell me what you think the score of the Eagles-Dallas game is going to be tonight?
I'd go with Eagles 28, Cowboys 14. Philly's defense is stacked, and with Parsons gone, Dallas might struggle. Hurts and Barkley could feast, but don't expect a blowout. The Cowboys always keep it interesting.
Shit, we're out of a gig.
I'm telling you, she's my new go-to for questions.
Holy cow, man. That is absolutely fabulous. What do you have tonight? What do you have as a sport tonight?
You know what? I think 21 would be 3 touchdowns. There's going to be field goals. So it won't be 21. I'll say, I'd say 20-17 Eagles.
Wow. You think that low and that close?
Yeah, that's 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
This is what Dallas wants then. This is a fourth quarter game.
Yeah. TV wants it too.
Yeah, well, you bet TV wants it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just I'm just trying to think of another question for my girl here.
Wait, how many yards will Jalen Hurts have tonight?
Okay. How many passing yards, will Jalen Hurts have tonight against the Cowboys?
Probably around 250 yards passing for Jalen Hurts. He loves spreading the ball, and Dallas's secondary could give him some big plays. If he gets in rhythm, maybe even 300, but I'll stick with 250.
I don't think he's going to get 300, so I think you're a little exaggerated right there.
Fair enough. Let's say 220 yards then. He doesn't always throw deep, but if the Cowboys stack the box, he'll...
Holy cow, Howard Brown beating AI.
Isn't that great?
Wait, I got one last question for you because we have a giveaway tonight. I think it's 275 yards for total offense for Jalen Hurts. Does he have 275 yards of total offense tonight?
Do you ask in total offense?
Total offense.
That means running and passing.
Yes.
Okay. Should I ask her?
Yeah, ask her. Ask her if he has, because we have doing a giveaway here.
Okay. How many total yards do you think Jalen Hurts will have tonight against the Cowboys? That includes passing and rushing.
280 total yards for Hurts. He's dual threat, so add maybe 30 rushing to the 250 passing I guessed earlier. If Dallas focuses on Barkley, that opens lanes for him.
Thanks very much for your help.
Yeah, you sound
Anytime. Help your Eagles pull through.
it. Oh my God, that's fantastic! What a great gimmick! Oh my God, man!
Hey, listen, I'm going to use it every
No
show.
doubt, I'm going to start implementing it, man. I love that, man. So we're doing a giveaway here for 200.
She's my girl. You got to get another girl.
Oh yeah,
She's my
okay.
girl.
Well, I'm not going to get a dude. I'll tell you that. I'll get another chick. So we're doing a giveaway for 275 here. So we're going to give like a jersey away if you're a member here tonight. So
all right, I'm going to ask her another question because you were on this and we were on this. It's about Nick Sirianni. How do you like the fact that Nick Sirianni said he didn't know that it was a banner drop night? And what do you think is going to happen with the players?
It's kind of hilarious, right? I think Sirianni's just messing with us. Or maybe he's got laser focus on the game. As for the players, they'll stay in the locker room, keeping eyes forward. No distractions before facing Dallas. Eagles fans might love it or find it weird, but it'll fire up the team for that win.
God. Even she's goofing on him. Kind of weird, huh?
Yeah. There was a little laugh by her too.
I know that little smirky laugh. Holy cow!
Don't you love it? Don't you love it?
I love that, man. She even thought he was full of shit. Oh my God, man. Hey, a game like this though with Dallas in a moment like this, Howard, you've seen them all. How big is this moment for the city seeing that banner fall? Another championship. The Eagles are a civic pride football team in your city. They mean so much. I mean, again, as a football fan, as a sports fan, you guys have not really had any dynasties except for one. That was the Sixers, or excuse me, that was the Flyers. So I mean, how's this work here tonight for you?
Well, they're not a dynasty yet. You got to win multiple Super Bowls with this team. They won, what was it, in 2017? Yeah.
Yep.
So that was 8 years ago.
But they went to 1 and 22. So in the last 8 years, Howard, they've been to 3 of them. They've been to 3 and 1 too.
Yep. I saw the banner drop after Super Bowl 52, and it was a moment. And it's really a moment for the fans, and it gets them excited. The fact that Dallas is the opponent makes it better because then Jerry Jones has to watch the banner drop, and people are going to get off on that. Tell Michael Irvin to watch at the beginning, so he's got to watch the banner drop.
You know what he said though? He goes like this. He said to everybody here, he goes, "I think the inevitable's coming." He's not feeling very good about tonight, man.
He wouldn't, because he knows that I'm not a Dak Prescott fan. It's been 10
years.
I think he gets too much. Yeah,
Howard, he's going into his 10th year now. I mean, if not now, when?
Did he win? Has he ever won a playoff game?
I think he's got
one.
I think he's got 2.
You're right. 2 and 5. I think he's 2 and 5
He's
in the
like
playoffs.
2 and 5, something like that. How about this Jalen Hurts? Between him and Tony Romo in the last 18 years, between him and Romo, Hurts has double what they have in playoff wins, which is incredible.
Yeah, I just, I think, Michael, obviously, I thought the fans were real jerks and assholes for cheering when he was laying on the field after he got hit. That was disgraceful. It's just, he's a human being. He was a player. And you don't know whether he's paralyzed. You don't know anything. But so that was wrong. But hey, listen, I understand why they don't like the Cowboys, because if the Cowboys still think they're America's team, why are they America's team?
I don't. I'm like, hey, I don't get it. I mean, I think, the Netflix stuff and all that. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, the Cowboys are so not relevant right now. But you know what? Jerry makes them relevant tonight. He did. Do you think he traded him because he wanted a storyline tonight? Because
I think he traded him because, first of all, when Micah Parsons
you said his ego. You said his ego.
Yeah, well, he said I didn't really have control of that. Well, apparently, from what I understand, the Cowboys offered $41 million a year with more guaranteed money.
They did.
What do you mean? $41 million a year is not good enough. What do you mean? You did have control if you wanted to stay with the Cowboys. And there's somewhere along the way I read that when he was in high school, he was either high school or Penn State. He was a Cowboys fan. I don't believe that.
I think he's from Harrisburg. And
yeah, it's from the Philadelphia area.
Okay, yeah.
Why would he be a Cowboys fan?
Well, he said that again today. He made another comment today. And to me, this sounds like there's a disconnect between his agent and him, because he said if the Cowboys even got close. Well, you got to remember something about Wisconsin, Howard. How they've got state income tax. Texas doesn't. So you may be making 47 up there, but you put that state income tax up there, you're around 43. In Texas, you had 42 million that you were offered. Like you just said, they were in the room. I mean, you could easily have told your agent, I want to be made a Cowboy. Because
if he really wanted, if he had loyalty,
I don't believe him.
And he was
I don't believe him.
No, it was all about the ego of being the highest paid at that position. I mean, that's what Bryce Harper did when his agent, and it was his agent, signed him. And for 5 minutes, he was the highest paid until Mike Trout signed. So it's the ego. How much money can you spend in 4 lifetimes, let alone 1 lifetime, when you're making that kind of money? It's just, you have to be beyond stupid to lose all that money.
Michael said that. He said that ego on both sides, Jerry and Micah and agent, he said that all three just collided. And I'm like, yeah, well, guess what? One thing I give the Eagles credit for, and a bunch of things I give them credit for, they want to get to yes on their contracts, Howard. They want to get to yes on people they want to remain with them, and the guys that they target, who they want, they try to get to yes. The stuff that Jerry goes around the room with this ring around the rosy with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and this thing here that just went on, that's counterproductive. Look at all the free agents you miss. I mean, look at last year. They could have Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley or even Josh Jacobs, one of the greatest free agent markets in the history of running backs, and they didn't land on anything but a relic in bringing back Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, it's hard to pay a running back because the game kind of got away from the running game. Now it's kind of, there's ebbs and flows in everything, and certainly in sports. The running game's coming back, but if you get behind, you better not depend on that. You got to have a good defense because you can't get behind. Otherwise, your running game, I would think, for most teams, is irrelevant. So it's just whatever. It's more money than anybody could have ever imagined. And what's the difference? What's the difference between 40 million and 47 million?
You're talking peace of mind. You're like you said, look, hey, you could chase the bag of money, which a lot, I'm not begrudging anybody, but am I going to feel better going to Green Bay? I'm never going to live there when I'm done. If you've never been to Green Bay, folks, I mean, you got to fly into Appleton, then you got to take a bus through people's homes and shit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it is a tough place to get to. You're no way going to live there. And now, you move your family away to Green Bay. Dude, Green Bay is like the 288th biggest market in the country. You're not going there.
Well, if you're a football player, though, it's got history. So
no. I'm okay playing there, but I'm not living there.
No, you're not going to live there. But there's places that probably aren't that far away where you could live.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Chicago. Chicago. Yeah. And so there's places like that. But I'm so tired of when we talk about players going places, it's about the money. Well, isn't it about your desire, number one, to go to a winner? Now, Green Bay is a winner, but to go to a winner, be happy with the area that you play in. I mean, there's other factors, the history of the team. Does anybody want to go to Carolina?
No.
I mean, Carolina's a great place to live, but I don't know that you want to go to Carolina.
I'm not playing for David Tepper.
That's another story. Now Miami, there's no state tax there, so you could go there. Yeah. The Dolphins will probably be decent this year too.
Yeah, you don't want to hear something? Chris Greer, the GM, and Chris Greer has not won a playoff game in 10 years as general manager. So they better do something down there. Howard, I want to give you a stat here. You said Green Bay. How about this number? In the last 34 years, 97% of the snaps at quarterback have been by three dudes: Favre, Rodgers, and Love. They get the QB thing right up there. You know,
Right.
I mean, they get that thing 34 years, 97, almost 100% of the snaps are only by three guys in the last 4 decades. That's pretty impressive.
Well, to win, you have to have a quarterback. I don't care who your running back is. You still have to have a quarterback. And it's an important part of the game. How many teams have won a Super Bowl with an average quarterback? I would think Tampa with, what was it, Brad Johnson?
Yeah,
Brad
Dilfer.
Johnson, Dilfer. But there's not many others that I can think have
With
won.
Foles average?
Yeah, but he didn't really get him there. I mean, they were 13. They had 13
So they were
wins
11.
with,
When he went
with
down,
Wentz.
he was 11-2. I think Wentz was 11-2 when he
Okay.
went down in Los
And
Angeles.
without him, they don't get to.
No, they
get
don't
to the
have
Super-
home field advantage because the Eagles have never been to a
Correct.
Super Bowl,
Yeah,
not having had
And he-
the NFC championship game at home.
and he had that year. And against Atlanta, some of the nitwit moron reporters asked Doug Peterson, "You're thinking about who was the backup quarterback? Thinking about, oh my gosh, he just signed as a third string quarterback with somebody. Oh my gosh. But anyway, you think about starting instead of Nick Foles. And he said, absolutely not, because he didn't have a good game against Atlanta in the playoffs. So you can't. Nick Foles had one of the greatest games you'll ever see in a Super Bowl, but he never started all 16 games for any team in his NFL career. But he did a great job here for that Super Bowl.
Was that Nate Sudfeld that was the backup?
Yeah, Nate Sudfeld. That's what it was. Yeah,
Thank you. Gomero. Very good. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, so you got them winning tonight 20-17, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to text Michael Irvin for you, and I'm going to do everything I can to get him on. Remember something. He's like Iverson. Even Xander, because get this, getting him on today, he's one of my best friends. I mean, he's one of my 5 best friends, okay?
Yeah, and you got to worry about him being there, right?
Yeah. He's like Iverson. I told Iverson one time, I go, Alan, I'd love to have you on the program. He called me a month later on the same Tuesday, and I go, bro, yeah, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I got Alan Iverson here. I'm not going to not, because God knows when I'll get him again. See, he's kind of like that a little bit. So you got to kind of be flexible.
I know there's certain guys.
Yep.
It's like I'm going to rip LaShawn McCoy for a month now. Yeah, I'm good. You have my word. I'm good. And then he just pushes it off and pushes. And then he doesn't get back to you. And I'm working. I know his guy, but I know LaShawn. I've sent him messages directly. He just blows you. Hey, listen, you're done. You're done. You're done.
Howard closes the door on you. I'm done with you. It's over with.
I'm done. I'm done. Every once in a while, you try to do a favor for a guy, which I've tried to help him with something. It doesn't matter. Listen, he gets along. He is what he is. He's not a bad guy, but he's not responsible enough in the world of the real people. And I don't think a lot of athletes are real people.
What did Seth say tonight about what did Seth say on your podcast? Make sure, folks, you go back and watch it. What did he say about the score tonight?
Oh, he thinks the Eagles are going to kill him. It's just, but whatever. He's usually not like that, but I guess he doesn't like the Cowboys, but he thinks it's going to be a big score. A 2+ score. 2+ score win.
Yeah, 8.5 is the line. Howard, we got to roll. Thank you, my friend. Let's do this again real soon.
Hey, wait a minute. Say goodbye to my girl too, my AI girl.
Okay. Honey, goodbye. I really like you a lot, and thank you for all the information you gave us on tonight's Eagles and Cowboys game.
Nice. I'll pass that along to her.
Hey, yeah, you make sure. Howard, thank you, my friend.
All right, I'll see you. Take care.
Got it. That is Howard. That is Howard Eskin, folks. I love it. Very good stuff. Make sure you check out his podcast. That's great having Seth on too last night. He gets such great people on. And I did text Michael. He goes, why is Howard mad at me? I said, dude, he's not mad at you. He's disappointed. Okay. He goes, like you? I go, yeah, exactly like me. I tell you to be there. And then, you know what? Get this, like today, So Michael says 3:30 to me. I go 3:30 Eastern, right? I know he lives in Dallas and he's got a place in Miami. So I know this because I know him, right? I know he's 2:30. Mike, 3:30 Eastern. So he was like, okay, gotcha. Send me the link. I'm ready to roll. Oh, man, hell. It was really 2:30. Yeah, I know, Mike. You heard him when he came on. Yeah, I know. Man, I had to stop my workout. Oh, yeah. And I go, I know, Mike. I know. All right, let me pay some bills here. Big Sil's here from Morgan & Morgan, the number one injury law firm in all of America, folks. With over $30 billion recovered, the number one injury law firm in America is there to defend you and your family. That's right. Anytime that you've been injured, anytime that you've been hurt, Morgan & Morgan and their team of thousands are going to be there to defend you and your family. Go to forthepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. That's forthepeople.com/Big Sills or Pound Law 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sills sent you.
This is Eric. When he got